Picture this. You open an email from a colleague. It's a perfectly formatted report with professional language and impressive length. But as you read through it, confusion sets in. What is this actually saying? What am I supposed to do with this? Sound familiar? You've just been hit by what researchers are calling work slop, and it's costing companies millions. Here's what's happening in workplaces around the world. Companies are investing heavily in AI tools. Workers are using them more than ever. Yet 95% of organizations report seeing no measurable return on their AI investment. Why? Because we're creating a new problem nobody saw coming. Oh, and quick disclaimer here, this is Don's digital twin speaking. Don't worry though, unlike the work slop we're about to discuss, Don actually reviewed and verified every word of this content himself. So this is definitely not an example of lazy AI-generated work. Ironic, right? Harvard Business Review just published groundbreaking findings about this phenomenon. The research, conducted in collaboration with Stanford Social Media Lab and BetterUp Labs, studied over 1,150 full-time employees and discovered something alarming. 40% of workers report receiving what they call work slop in the past month alone. That's nearly half the workforce dealing with AI-generated content that looks professional but lacks real substance. So, what exactly is work slop? It's AI-generated work content that masquerades as good work but lacks the substance to meaningfully advance a task. Think: polished presentations with no clear conclusions, lengthy reports that say nothing useful, or code that technically runs but solves the wrong problem. Here's the insidious part. Work slop doesn't just waste the creator's time. It transfers the burden to whoever receives it. The recipient has to decode unclear content, fill in missing context, and often redo the work entirely. It's cognitive offloading to humans, not machines. The numbers are staggering. Workers spend an average of nearly 2 hours dealing with each instance of work slop they receive. Based on salary data, this creates an invisible tax of $186 per employee per month. For a company with 10,000 workers, that's over $9 million per year in lost productivity. But the financial cost isn't even the worst part. The social damage is devastating. 53% of people who receive work slop report feeling annoyed. 38% feel confused. 22% feel offended. Half of recipients view colleagues who send work slop as less creative, capable, and reliable. 42% see them as less trustworthy. This creates a downward spiral. 1/3 of people who receive work slop notify teammates or managers about these incidents. 32% say they're less likely to want to work with that person again. Trust erodes. Collaboration breaks down. The very foundation of teamwork crumbles. The problem isn't AI itself, it's how we're using it. Harvard Business Review's research reveals two distinct mindsets. Pilots approach AI with high agency and optimism, using it purposefully to enhance their creativity and achieve specific goals. Passengers have low agency and use AI primarily to avoid doing work. Pilots use AI 75% more often than passengers, but they use it better. So how do we fix this? The Harvard Business Review study identified 3 key strategies. First, stop the AI everywhere mandates. When leaders push AI use without discernment, employees copy-paste AI responses without thinking. Instead, develop careful policies about when and how to use AI effectively. If AI is everyone's job, it's leadership's job to provide proper guidance. Second, focus on mindset. Cultivate pilot thinking. High agency and high optimism. Train people to use AI to enhance their own creativity rather than replace their thinking. The goal is human and AI collaboration, not human replacement. Third, recommit to collaboration. The tasks required to work well with AI, such as giving good prompts, providing feedback, and describing context, are inherently collaborative. Frame AI as a collaborative tool that requires human judgment, not a shortcut that eliminates human involvement. Here's what this means for you personally. Before using AI for any work task, ask yourself, am I using this to enhance my thinking or replace it? Can I provide proper context and feedback to ensure quality output? Will the recipient understand what I'm trying to accomplish? If you're receiving work slop, address it diplomatically but directly. Set expectations with your team about what constitutes helpful AI-assisted work versus low-effort output. For leaders, model thoughtful AI use. Set clear guardrails. Maintain the same standards of excellence for AI-assisted work as for purely human work. Remember this: what feels effortless to create often exacts a toll on the organization. The AI revolution promised to make us more productive, but without intentional implementation, we're creating new forms of busy work that burden our colleagues and erode trust. The solution isn't less AI, it's better AI. AI that enhances human capability rather than replacing human judgment. The choice is ours. We can let work slop proliferate and watch productivity plummet, or we can commit to using AI as a tool for genuine collaboration and enhanced thinking. The companies that get this right will unlock AI's true potential. Those that don't will find themselves drowning in polished nonsense. What's your experience been? Have you encountered work slop in your workplace? More importantly, have you been creating it without realizing? The first step to solving this problem is recognizing it exists. The second is committing to do better, because in the end, technology is only as good as the humans who wield it. Let's make sure we're wielding it wisely.